princesses, how are you? It's Asia. Thank you for tuning in another week. I'm so excited that you stopped past to check out what we're doing over here at Indian Princess Hair. Again, I'm going to ask you, subscribe, tell your friends about us. I'm telling you, we're working on some huge things, and the more subscribers, the bigger, the better the show is going to get. I promise you. So I'm just so excited that we're doing this, and we started doing this, and I just always wanted to talk to you guys and share my different tips and my ideas and different things that we're doing over here, involving hair, fashion, style, music, whatever. I'm like your girlfriend. You come, you hang out with me, we share tips, we encourage each other, and we get excited about hair, of course, and all the other things that are related with hair and fashion and different things like that. So again, subscribe. And this week we're going to be talking about U-part wigs again. It's such a big topic. It's such a huge new trend that's going on right now, like I discussed in the previous video. And I'm going to also talk about some things that I do with my hair personally, the curling irons that I use, the hair dye that I use, and some products that I use. I do receive you guys' questions, and I am actually using our YouTube channel to be the outlet where I can try to cover some of your questions as a whole. So today we're going to get started, and we're going to first talk about what I'm wearing today in this video. So today I actually showed you this unit last week. This is my U-part wig. This is the actual wavy hair, as you can see. And what I did was I flat ironed it bone straight, and what I did was with my leave out, I just kind of like, just did my favorite little twist, and I do that because it's easier for me to handle in this type of weather. It's been very humid the last couple of days, so it's easy for me just to twist down my hair on top. So that's what I'm wearing. I just flat ironed it bone straight. As you can see, it's so silky, and you can get it really straight. Let me see if I can show you the ends. And these are my ends. And so like I said before, this is about 22 and 24 mix. And so this is the U-part that I'm wearing. I actually showed this to you in the last video. So make sure you check the last video out so you can see what this puppy looks like off. So the first thing that we're going to get into today is let's look at the U-part wig that I wore in the other video. And then I'll tell you about how I styled her and the different things that I use to achieve this certain style. So let me get my boo over here. Say hello. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, let me stop being silly. All right, so this is what you see me wear often. And if you follow us on YouTube, if you follow us on Instagram, I wear this often. This is my long hair. So this is the Indian Princess Hair Red Carpet Curly. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is the Indian Princess Hair Red Carpet Wavy. All right, so as you can see, I just want you guys to see this texture, and kind of like you can see the difference in this texture compared to this texture. It's a little bit more silkier. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's a close-up. So this is a little bit more silkier texture. If you've spoken to us before, or if you ever used our products before, then you know that there is a difference between the wavy and the curly. So the difference is that the curly hair is a little bit more coarse here. It holds the curls a little bit tighter when you do a hot curl or use a heating tool. So it does hold the curl a little bit tighter than the wavy hair will. But they both curl up wonderfully. But let's get into this unit. So this is my U-part wig, and as you can see, I got her kind of like T-pinned down to the mannequin. So you can see some of the highlights that I have in here. So I have like some chocolates. I have a little bit of honey blonde. Then I have some blonde streaks in here. And this is actually a mix of, she's really long. So this is a mix of like 30, 28, 26, 24. I have, actually I made this, I constructed this out of some old, I have some new hair in here, but I have like old pieces that I use from installs over the years. And so when I'm trying out new colors and new dyes and different things like that, I always grab some old scraps that I have just to test them out, to make sure that, it's going to come out the way I want it to. Now, I'm not a professional cosmetologist, so I always tell people, if you're going to do something yourself, or do it yourself at home, when you're using chemicals, be very, very, very careful, because this is just like your own natural hair. And so when you're dealing with chemicals, you want to be very, very careful as to not to damage your hair, and you would do the same with these extensions. So she was actually wine curled, and I'll show you the wine curlers that I use. Excuse my hair, I have some flyaways. So she's gorgeous. I love her. I get so many compliments. I get stopped so much. So this is not the natural curl pattern. This is something that I did myself with a wine curl. And also, let me just show you some of the color. Let me sit her down and just kind of like get into the color. And usually what I do is I'll take a couple tracks and I'll dye the tracks, and then I'll just kind of like blend them in. So what I did for this actual install is when I got to the top, I did like a dark and then a light, a dark and a light, so the highlights can actually show through. And don't be laughing at my unit, because I've been wearing her, and the actual stocking cap underneath, she needs to be redone. So this is my other unit that I've been wearing. So I switch out, I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's really cool because, like I said, this is like my everyday hair. It's lightweight. It's not that much to, manage or maintenance. I just throw her on and I style her when I have time, and I just switch them out and go. When I want something really long and dramatic, I put on my curly hair. When I want something that's just, I'm not going to say normal, but when I want something that's just a little bit shorter and a little bit more carefree, I put on my shorter U-part unit. And so as you can see, I have my leave out, and then I part it all different kinds of ways. So next thing we're going to talk about is the wine curl that I use to actually achieve the style of the wig that I just showed you. So this is, this is not like a top of the line curl and iron or anything like that. This is, it's called Bella Beauty, and you can find this at like Marshalls, TJ Maxx. I think it was like $17, $16.99, something like that. And it works great. Now I do have some other wine curls that are from a more professional line, and they are a little bit more expensive. So I just always like to buy quality things. So I do invest a lot of money in the products that I use, as far as my flat irons and my curling irons and different things like that. And that's what helps also give you that look of your hair. Sometimes like with flat irons and stuff like that, if you use a cheaper flat iron, it may not have consistent heat, it may not have even heat, and it may not give you that silky shiny finish, because the product is just not a high-end product, but it can get the job done. So I'm not going to knock any of the cheaper items. So ladies, if you do use flat irons that are inexpensive, that are great, share it with us, so we can share it with our other princesses, so we can all kind of like have an idea of where to go as far as what tools we want to use in our hair. So the next product that we're going to talk about today is the Moroccan Oil. I love this Moroccan Oil. I've been using Moroccan Oil for probably over the past almost 7 years now. When I first was introduced to this product, I fell in love with it, and I just kept using it, because it worked well. I started wearing this using this product when I was wearing my natural hair. It works good in my natural hair, and it works good on the Indian Princess hair extensions, because the Indian Princess hair extensions is natural hair. So this works really good. And I use this oil when I'm doing a shampoo and condition. After I rinse out my conditioner, I use a generous amount of this product, and I just go through the hair while it's wet. Actually, I go through sections and I apply a small amount in each section to make sure that I get all of the hair. And what this does, it helps with the shine. It smells great, and it also helps with the frizz. So I love this. This is good for your natural hair and for your extensions. The next item that I use is the Glimmer Shine. So with curly hair is not shiny because it's like a coily strand, and so sometimes it gives like that dull appearance, and that's with natural hair, and that's also with the Indian princess hair. Also, it does have a natural shine. It's not very dry, but if you want it to have a more of a shinier appearance, then you can always get something like this, like a shimmer finish, or you can get like some shine drops, or something like that to give you a little bit more shine, as you would do with your own natural hair. So this works good. This is a good finishing product, and I use this when I want to give it a extra shine. Another thing you can do with your Moroccan oils, you can also use this when you're dyeing your hair. Also, you can add this to your dye that you're going to use. You can mix it in, and that also helps with the shine and the softness and different things like that when you're processing your hair. So you can go on their website, Moroccan Oil, and get information and just different techniques on how to use this oil. So those are two products that I always suggest my clients use. You can go on MoroccanOil.com, and you can get a lot of different ideas and tips, and a lot of information on how to use the Moroccan Oil hair care line. They also have a lot of products that are geared towards naturally curly hair. There's a lot of different hair care product companies out here that are focused on naturally curly hair, because that is of the trend. They're thinking about the natural curly hair and the African American woman, and so they're also putting out a lot of products to help us with our hair that are more geared towards the type of hair texture that we have. So as you saw in that last U-part wig that I just showed you, my curly hair, this is the dye that I use. I've been using this dye for the longest. At first I was one of those girls who just never did color. I never colored my natural hair, but once I started wearing the extensions, I started to experiment a little bit more with a lot of other colors. I love this stuff. This is my color, this is my color, this is my color. So check that out. That is Honey Blonde. This is by Dark and Lovely. I'm not a professional cosmetologist, so I run to this. The other color that I have is the light golden blonde. So I've been mixing it this summer. So I may do 2 or 3 tracks in a lighter blonde, and then I'll do 2 or 3 tracks in the honey blonde. Now what I was going to say is I dye the hair in levels. So when I first dye my hair, it usually comes natural black. So when I first dye my hair, it comes out like a chocolate color. So then what I'll do is I may wait a few more days or the next day, and then I'll dye it again with the same exact color to bring it up a little bit lighter. So I know that I could probably get the exact color that I want using bleach, but if you don't know what you're doing when you're using bleach, you can damage your hair. Bleach is very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. It could frizzle your hair. Believe me, I tried it, and yeah, you don't want to do that. So if you're thinking about bleaching your hair, definitely consult with a professional cosmetologist, and you can talk to her about the different colors that you want or the colors that you want to try. And I always say, if you're going to dye your Indian princess hair, just take a swatch of your hair, just maybe a track maybe about that wide, and dye it, and or bleach it, or whatever you want to do, whatever type of chemical processing you're going to do with it. I always say try it on a small piece of hair first before you dye your whole entire bundle. So that's all I have for today, and I'm glad that you guys tuned in and you listened to me ramble on. But again, I'm going to ask you, please, I'm sorry, I just keep playing in my hair. Please share your comments, share your thoughts, share your tips. Hang out with your girl Asia. So thanks for tuning in again, and I look forward to talking to you again, and we have some really great things coming up. I don't like to tell you, I like to leave you you know, hanging on a string, so I know that you'll be back to see what we're talking about. We have some good things showing up, so I'm just so excited. I can't wait to share it with you guys. And like I said, subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we have, the bigger and the better this show is going to get, I promise you. So thanks again for tuning in, and you ladies have a great day. Goodbye, princesses.